Welcome to the Psychology Club podcast, brought to you by Vicente Martinez High School.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie. Welcome to Psychology Club podcast. Today we are kicking off season 5 with Jesse from Bring Change to Mind. Thank you for joining us, Jesse. How did Bring Change to Your Mind get started?
So Bring Change to Mind started in 2010 with PSAs. The amazing actress and activist Glenn Close started our company alongside her sister. Glenn's sister Jessie lives with bipolar disorder. So when Jessie got this diagnosis, she faced a ton of stigma. Her community had a really hard time with it. And then Glenn's nephew, Kalen, lives with schizoaffective disorder. So when he got this diagnosis, there was also a ton of stigma. So they co-founded Bring Change to Mind in 2010 with the mission to end the stigma surrounding mental illness. And then in 2015, our high school program started right here in Northern California with 25 high school clubs. And now we are in almost 600 schools across the country.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so you're all part of something really big and really important and a big movement. So it's really grown. This is our 10-year anniversary, so it's a really exciting time for us.
Thank you.
Hey, my name is Gavin, and what is your role? With Bring Change to Mind, and what led you to work with Bring Change to Mind?
So I am the Northern California manager with Bring Change to Mind, and I've been with the organization 3 years as of today. This is my 3-year anniversary with Bring Change to Mind. Thank you. And my mental health struggle started when I was in middle school. I had a lot of anxiety. I had my first panic attack when I was 13, and I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2014. So I have a lot of personal lived experience with mental health struggles, and just seeing the difference that advocacy can make and starting the conversation early makes me feel really, really passionate about the work that we do, and giving high schoolers and now middle schoolers as well the advocacy skills and the education they need to normalize mental health conversations. So I'm very passionate about the work that I do.
That's cool.
Yes. Great. I'm Stephanie, and what do you think are some of the biggest mental health issues that people are facing today?
I think something that I've seen a lot is just less empathy for other people and this kind of lack of connection. So I feel like in this digital age, there's so much social media and conversations that are happening online when really we need that in-person, like human-to-human connection. And I think sometimes this lack of empathy piece can really make it difficult for people to talk about mental health. And I think a lot of people struggle in silence. Also, you may see my shirt. I like to talk a lot about stigma and stigma reduction. So having this stigma surrounding mental health also will stop people from seeking help and reaching out for support. And I think that those are the main things I'm seeing is kind of a lack of connection, less empathy than we should have for one another, and just the stigma that stops people from seeking help. So I think what I've seen with Bring Change to Mind clubs is that that empathy piece is really improving, and people are learning about mental health and they're willing to talk about mental illness, and it just really inspires people to be more empathetic and kind to one another. So I think Bring Change to Mind clubs, just like yours, are making a big difference in the community and in mental health of young people.
And I'm Michaela, and what are some resources on the Bring Change to Mind website that can help someone?
I love this question. I love our website and our portal. We have a lot of really great mental health activities on our portal, so a lot of self-care activities that I'll be hosting one today. And we also make sure that since we are in 43 states across the country, we like to make sure that every student and every youth member that we work with feels really seen and heard and supported. So we have resources for different communities, and we just make sure that any type of resource a student might need, we are able to kind of match them with that depending on the needs of the students. So going to bringchangetomind.org, there are talk tools where you can learn to talk about mental health with parents, teachers, peers, and things like that. But I would say our biggest asset is the portal, which has mental health presentations, resources, and even like a language guide for how to talk about mental health. And
That's nice.
yeah, it's really helpful, and there's just a a lot of stigmatizing language that we don't even realize we're using. So saying things like the weather has been so bipolar or things like that can really hinder people from talking about mental health. So one of my favorite resources on our website is our mental health language guide. I think that's really helpful.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that.
Yes, definitely.
So, hi, my name is Lydia, and can you show us one of your favorite activities to promote mental health?
Yes, this is perfect. I love this activity because it's really simple. I really find a lot of healing in like art, and that's been a really big part of my healing journey. So I've created these little pendants out of air dry clay. And they're really simple to make. I made them a few days ago, and you just need a little bit of time. So I will give these 2 pendants to my lovely assistants. And the way that these work is you put essential oils directly onto the pendants, and it holds the scent really well. And essential oils have a ton of different benefits for mental health and clarity and reduced anxiety. So I've chosen lavender for relaxation and less anxiety, and then peppermint for clarity and focus. So I think those are really helpful ones. So what you do is put just a couple drops, maybe 2 or 3 directly onto the pendant, and you'll all see that it soaks in, it holds really well, and then you have a moment of calm throughout the day. If you just need to smell it, it's really helpful. That's perfect. And then I will cut little strings for you, and you can keep it on your backpack. Some students will make like necklaces or bracelets, but I find having it on your backpack or your bag is a really helpful way to just have access to it. And this is something that a lot of our clubs really, really enjoy doing, and I'll leave you all with some pendants as well to make later today.
Thank you.
Yes,
Very
you're
helpful.
welcome. Definitely.
One of my favorite self-care strategies is, I have to say, like, music. Like, just chillaxing and listening to music. I feel like that helps a lot. So what are some of your personal, like, go-to self-care strategies?
Yeah, music is a great one. I love that so much. I have a ton, and I would say my self-care strategies kind of like go hand in hand with some preventative like coping strategies as well. So I love going to therapy. That's been very helpful for me. But kind of what I was talking about before with the connection piece is just connecting with people that really support me and lift me up. And it feels like you're all really, really great students and help each other and lift each other up. So even on the way here, I was on the phone with a friend, and we talked a little bit about our intentions for the day. And sometimes doing things like that can feel a little bit difficult or even like cringy, but I've really leaned into that. And we have just kind of learned within my little community and my circle of friends how to really support each other. So friendship and connection is huge for me. I also love yoga. I went to a yoga class yesterday, and that's been huge. Yoga, meditation, all of that stuff. So I really just also like set boundaries with my time and the people around me. So making sure that I am surrounded by people who want the best for me, and I take time for myself when I need to. I have a dog at home. I have 2 dogs actually, and 2 foster dogs. I'll talk about a little bit more later, but I call my morning walks at the beach Maya time. My dog's name is Maya. She's perfect and so sweet. So sometimes I just need alone time, and that's been really helpful too. So really communicating that and communicating my needs are some of my favorite self-care strategies.
Do you have any favorite, do you have a favorite animal?
Yes, perfect segue. Yes, I do. I love dogs so much. So my wife and I have successfully adopted out about 11 dogs now from fostering. Yeah, and they're just the best. Right now at our house, we have 2 of our own dogs, Maya and Crispy, and then we have 2 foster dogs. One of them is 12 years old and completely blind. She's so sweet though. She's 5 pounds, and we just really like to give back to dogs that might be overlooked otherwise. And that's been a great self-care strategy for me. Even like having Maya and Crispy around all the time, especially when I'm struggling, just the innocence of dogs and the unconditional love is the best. So I would say dogs are certainly my favorite animal. I love that question.
What type of dogs are they?
They are Chihuahuas mostly. We love like small dogs that are just like either have like one eye missing or like leg problems, just things like that. So again, just we work with a rescue in Monterey where we live, and the rescue that we work with helps senior dogs and senior people. So if people get too old to care for their dogs, they go into this rescue, or if dogs are on the street and they're a little bit older, we will take them in. The rescue takes them in and we foster them in our house. So they're all
sweet.
tiny chihuahuas and very sweet.
Nice. Does anyone else have any questions?
I think
so.
Yeah, I think I'm good for it.
Okay, well, thank you, Miss Jessie, for joining us today. Check out the description for links to Change the Mind. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, and thank you guys for joining us. Bye.
Thank you all so
Bye.
much. Thank you.